What can you tell me about Tupac?
One of the greatest artists ever to live.
Some guy says he has the car that Tupac was shot in.
This is probably like one of the most iconic cars ever, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, it is a piece of music history, but it's kind of disturbing.
Supposedly, it was registered to some guy named Sugar Knight, and...
Suge Knight.
Do you know anything about the car?
Yeah.
It's a 7 Series BMW.
Black on rims.
Okay, all
I think
right.
it's sweet.
I'm just gonna call Warwick.
You can't just take Warwick. I mean, come on. I mean, he knows a lot about rock and roll culture, but we're talking about Tupac. This is my era. It would be a disservice to you and your company if you didn't take me.
Fine, you can come with me, but give Warwick a call. I have an appointment, and if it all works out, we can own this thing by tomorrow night.
All right, I'll give him a call.
So this is supposed to be the most amazing car on the planet.
It's pretty dang close. I mean, Tupac probably wrote some poems in this thing.
I know it's an extremely huge deal, but...
I know what you're thinking. Those rims aren't big, but in 1996, boy, those things were huge.
They look huge to me. There's a car dealership here in Vegas that actually has the car that Tupac was shot in. I'm bringing Warwick with me because he's my music memorabilia guy. It's been 20 years since Tupac passed away. A lot of his personal items have come up for sale, and they're going for a lot of money.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
How's it going?
It looks pretty cool.
You got all the documentation back to this is the car you got shot in?
We do. We have the lease paperwork showing that Death Row Records actually was the leaseor and that Tupac was the one that was writing in it.
All right, we'll take a look at it.
Sounds good. You guys give it a once-over and let me know what you think.
Thanks.
So remind me, what happened here?
It was 1996. It happened here in Las Vegas after a Tyson fight. Tupac ran with a bunch of, like, L.A. Bloods, and there was a bunch of L.A. Crips here at the fight, and they got into an altercation. And then later on that night, when they're leaving the fight, car pulls up side and opens fire on Tupac in the passenger seat and Suge Knight in the driver's seat.
2 of his albums from this period have gone on to the diamond status, which means 10 million plus sold. And he's still selling records to this day.
So is there a market for this?
Well, in the memorabilia market, hip-hop and rap, it's not yet taken off as a collectible. So I'm going to put this in the same range as Tupac's Hummer, which made $200,000.
All right, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I think you should really think about this.
Okay, well, you call Bill up and maybe get some advice from him?
All right, I'm going to do that right now.
This is seriously the only time Chum has took me to school.
This is an interesting piece of history. We're talking about it's one car that signifies so much in pop culture that took place.
What happened in this car changed history, right?
To bring it up to your date and age, this is the Jimi Hendrix of hip-hop.
I keep on feeling older and older today, just so you guys know.
This is crazy. Last time I saw this car was back in '96. So I show up at my buddy's house, and lo and behold, across the street, there's the car Tupac got shot in. So
On a tow truck or something?
On a tow truck. So, yeah, these are pictures of the car the weekend after this took place on the tow truck, taking it back to California. So it's been a while. She looks a little different.
Okay, so where would the bullet holes be?
So you got one up here, top of the driver's door, a couple underneath the door handle, and then a couple in the back seat. If you look carefully, there's one that went through the bottom of the windshield right here.
I guess all that's been repaired?
Yeah, it's surprising to me the car's still around. I mean, based on the condition it was in and it being part of a crime, the wheels look similar to the wheels that were on it, which is kind of your first dead giveaway when you look at it. I mean, obviously, she's been polished up a little bit, but, man, this is definitely a unique piece.
Okay, so my problem is it's a little weird. It's not like you have, like, a great celebrity, and this is the car he drove in a movie, and he drove it really fast and all that. This was a car a celebrity got shot in and died a few days later.
So in the car world, there's the drivability factor. You can own a piece of history and actually drive it, and it really won't devalue it so much. But this car, because of the connection to a crime and a murder and all that stuff, establishing that value is the tough part.